Hello, welcome back. Merry Christmas if you didn't see my other video. It is Boxing Day around about 9 o'clock at night. Just out for a walk with the dog. See if I can walk off a bit of the Christmas dinner as well. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, wonderful time with my family. You guys didn't need to see any of that. That's for me and my family. So I'm actually back in tomorrow to do a bit of milling and get a few bits and pieces sorted, catch back up on everything going on in the festive season. Obviously now we are running down towards New Year's, which, well, looking forward to next year. Plenty to do. So I will probably see you, well, I'll see you in the morning. You'll see me in about 3 seconds time. See you later. So, Wednesday morning, and my comment of Storm Gerrit last week was slightly wrong, because Storm Gerrit is today, well, last night and today. It's not very nice out there. As you can see, it's been pretty wet. Let me show you, see if I can get around this corner. Don't get too wet. So this is Storm Gerrit, the leading edge of it. The eye comes over this evening, I think it is. So we get wet again with blustery showers. But there we go, that gives you a better idea of what it's like. Look at the water out there. Right, I'm going to go back and hide in the barn and do some feed. Just came out to pick up the trailer to move it around inside. And I thought I'd show this. You know, when I said there's a bit of flooding, hang on, let's get you that way. So this is the corner of the field. There is a ditch which runs along the side, which is obviously full of water. So it's a little bit wet today. I think we are forecast more rain in the coming hours. So, you know, there's plenty of flooding. Look, a crop of beans it looks like on this side. You know, that's all absolutely full. There's the ditch at the end. Now that ditch is about 10 foot deep, but it is absolutely full. I'll show you, just make sure there's no one behind us. Down there, that's almost through onto the road there, and the ditches on the far side are also full. So yeah, definitely been drier than it is. So I'm going to carry on with the milling. It's not too bad in the garage, so just back down and get the trailer. See you in a bit. So, return to work after Christmas is dramatic. Leaky bit. I've not dribbled. Don't worry. One of the tractors seems to have packed up, and tomorrow it's now going to be interesting to try and get the mill off the back of it. I believe the head gasket's just gone on it. A bit of a plume of steam. Very windy, very rainy. It's like calm of the storm now. You know, look at this. Absolutely fine. Bit warm. I've got thermals on and I'm wearing trousers as well, which is very unusual. But it was disgusting weather this morning. So yeah, a little bit of all sorts. And the tractor coming up. A little bit of all sorts going to be going on this week. Down here, milling tomorrow and into Friday, sorting bits and pieces. Obviously, then it's the New Year's weekend. We've just heard there's 9 storms in the next. Is it 6 storms in 9 days or something like that? So that could be quite interesting. We're actually on the boat at some point, or maybe we're not. We'll have to see. I've also booked tickets to go across to Lama. So me and my boys are going to go across to there in a couple of weeks. I've not booked the ferry yet, but we'll get that sorted. But I've booked my tickets for Lama. I've still got to pay for the parking. So I shall see you tomorrow. I'm going to head home now and do something with my lad, because one of them's going ice skating and the other one is hanging out with me. So that's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I shall see you tomorrow. Take care. Good morning, Friday morning. A bit dusty and noisy in here, but having a bit of a sort out of the grain. So this is where we store the grain close to the mill. that's the pile that's left in here of fresh stuff. I've just moved it from this end to there, and then I'm going to refill this with stuff from the other barn, just so that we've got it all up here, because there's probably about 15 tonne there, 10, 15 tonne, something like that. So maybe a bit more, maybe close to 20 tonne, 15, 20 tonne. So that's like 2 trailer fulls there of, obviously, if we get back after New Year and there's a sudden rush, I don't have enough barley in here. So I'm just using up the rest of this stuff because I can't really fit past this pile anymore now. And then I'll start bringing up the other stuff and then put that back in front of it. So that's to be used first. Yeah, this week is flown by. Obviously, only been in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so that kind of makes it a bit quicker. It's New Year's this weekend, and then I am actually away next week, so across in the UK for some stuff. So that's going to be nice. Get off the rock if the ferries go, which has been a bit of a mission with the ferries recently. So yeah, we'll see where we're at with that. Probably going to do a couple of veg boxes later today, so I'll catch up with that. I'll show you the other barn when we're doing that. I'll probably talk to you when it's a bit less noisy as well. See you in a minute. Afternoon, it's about 1:30, and as you can see, a fair bit more grain in here. Last time I was here was about 6 foot that way. So this is one of the fans. You can see here, this is all perforated, and then there's a big fan engine up at there. So what it does is it draws the air through the grain to take any heat out or moisture or anything. And because we've got this wall in here and that wall there, it makes all the air go down through the grain, which has worked really well. When I've had it in a pile before, we've had areas where it's not really kind of drawn air through because it's easier to draw it through somewhere else. Whereas the pile that we had in here took a little bit of heat first time. I think I did it on one of the videos. So we put the fans in. We had 2 fans, one about where I am, one out there, and it took all the heat out of it, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to put this one in now. I'm going to get it in as deep as I can, because they're not actually long enough to touch the bottom out of these. So I'm probably going to stop at that bit with the grain. So that's the stuff I'll use first over there, or I'll end up pushing that onto the front of this pile if we get a load in from, we do a load for someone who brings their own barley down, and generally what I do is I put it there, and then I can scoop it up off the floor because we empty it out of their trailer and then put it back into their trailer. So unless I set an auger up to fill the hopper off the back of the trailer, it's a bit of a nightmare filling the bucket from the trailer. So it's just easier to put it onto the floor and then we'll scoop it back up. Funnily, the barley which they bring is actually the same barley as we had in here, because this we bought off them. So this was their barley anyway. So this stuff isn't. This is from a different field. Is this? So we will really try and keep theirs separate because I know they like to use their own barley to make sure it's weed free and everything. Now there shouldn't be any weeds in here. Funny, I've just found a stone. So you're saying that, there's a stone. Shouldn't be any weeds in this, but you can't guarantee it, whereas they've put a lot of work in to get rid of wild oats out of their land. So I'm just going to get this fan in, plugged on, and let it take this down, because as I say, there was a little bit of heat in some of the stuff which I was moving. I think a little bit of moisture got in off the roof or something, so there's a couple of bits just growing on the top of it, and that just takes the heat down through it. So yeah, we'll get that sorted, and then I think I'm going to get the sweeper on and have a good sweep around and tidy up. I'm also going to go I don't think I'm going to take the Christmas lights down today, because I could really do with someone else to be moving the telehandler for me, with me up in the man basket. So I think I'll just disconnect all the plugs to them. We've got some pretty nasty weather coming in again. I don't remember this long, sorry, my hand's going numb, this long with the ferries being cancelled this regularly. I think the ferry has gone today, but it's running late. Yeah, it's crazy, and this kind of brings around the whole conversation of food security as well. In recent years we've lost the bakery on the Ramsey bakery. We still do have other bakeries, but Ramsey bakery was the main commercial bakery. They used to do hundreds and hundreds of loaves of bread a day sold through all the supermarkets. So that was lost a couple of years since. The Laxey flour mill is still going, but you know, they're doing a lot less stuff now than they used to do. I think they, particularly when the Ramsey Bakery stopped, they turned around and said they didn't need to buy any wheat for 2 years because they had that much in the silos, which it's just everything has a knock on. And then we're just losing as a local supermarket as well. That's just been bought out by Tesco, which is, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with local produce, because ShopRite, you know, a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was all right. And they did used to stock a lot of local produce. It was paired with Sainsbury's, so we did have Sainsbury's products in here as well. But we'll see, you know, see what they do. Hopefully they do stick true to their word and do stock local produce. But you know, I've definitely noticed a lot more people looking for local stuff. And suddenly the really expensive local stuff isn't becoming that expensive because the price of everything else is now kind of reflecting. But yeah, so I might see you when I do some veggies. Like I said, I'm just going to harvest a few veggies, I think. I've got a veg... Have I got a veg box to go? Might have a veg box to go out. So, but I've got quite a lot of stuff for that at home. I've got parrots. I don't have parrots, but I've got carrots and parsnips there, so that'll work for there. So at which point I'll probably do this at the end for my talking. So you know, Happy New Year to everyone, and I wish you all the best for the next 12 months. You know, this will be going out on New Year's Eve, will this? And so I hope you all have a fantastic time, you know, and as I say, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and it'll be back to normal soon, start of January in a couple of weeks. As I say, I'm away next week, so I might try and do a little bit of a video about the places I go and stuff like that. Just going across to the UK to meet up with my parents. Yeah, you know, we'll see where that is. Recently, I've just been watching, you know, my talks about the Tholtans and such when I've been up on the hills. I've just been watching Ray Carla, who does the Tholtans Isle of Man books. He's also doing videos, him and his missus. So I'll tag them in the comments or the description or whatever you do, and well worth a watch. Loads of information about quite a few Tholtans, and the buildings and surroundings, the mines and all sorts of stuff of various places around the island. So well worth a watch, plenty to do. They've got a Facebook page as well, so yeah, give them a follow as well. But like I say, thank you so much for all your support this year. It has been absolutely wonderful. I couldn't have done it without people watching it. So we might, you know, we're just shy of 100 people, but you know, well, 100 subscribers. But I can't believe how amazing that's gone. So like I say, once more, thank you so much. Happy New Year and all the best for 2024. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side of the New Year celebrations. Take care.